What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Saturday morning, and sorry I hadn't been around lately. That nasty coronavirus has resulted in a huge spike of sales. Some of you guys may know that I actually run a medical supply company, and uh, so I've been desperately trying to get N95 respirators. Uh, so it's kind of stressful, actually. But the reason why I wanted to make this video is for obvious reasons. As you guys know, Generation Iron decided to dry gulch me. And for some odd reason, they decided to come out with some sort of article in regards to a Nick Trigili, which kind of threw me off balance here. I'm going to be honest with you. I was totally surprised and caught off guard, thus the word dry gulch, for a couple of reasons. Number one, that was not a recent video. Generation Iron portrays it as some sort of recent news, but I had actually made that video back in April of 2019. For whatever reason, Generation Iron decided to act like I just filmed it yesterday, and that's not the case. I mean, I still have that watch, and I don't have that shirt anymore. I've thrown it in the garbage. I do have some other gray shirts, but I was just kind of surprised, and I think that Generation Iron was just having a slow news day, decided to pop up on YouTube and find any type of video that was in regards to gay for pay. Now, my honest opinion about Generation Iron, I have no problem with it. I read a bunch of their, articles and stuff like that and videos, much like I read Muscular Development, and, other publications. I've met some of the staff of Generation Iron at, a number of expos. They seem to be decent people, but you guys are off base on it. So rather than just curse you out to oblivion and seek the ultimate destruction, I'm just going to address all the claims in this one video because I have better things to do than to deal with Generation Iron. Like I said, I'm trying to get these respirators and disinfectant and all this other stuff. I mean, we have a pandemic going on, people. And, well, I have to take care of business. So let's go ahead and let's look at the first thing. Vince Goodrum claims that he works for Generation Iron, and Nick Trigili has never been formally employed or legally contracted by our organization. Well, I didn't say he was employed. If you look at the title of the video that I made, I said he was hired, which can mean a number of things. And the one thing that whoever the writer didn't do, for whatever reason, the writer obviously didn't do his research and didn't realize that I'm also a writer as well. I've written a number of bodybuilding, mainly health and vegan articles for, other publications. And here's the thing, I was never employed or legally contracted. Neither was John Romano when he worked for Muscular Development. Neither was Dave Palumbo. In fact, it'd be very rare to actually find an actual employee of any type of supplement or fitness company. The reason being is because the vast majority of the bodybuilding and fitness industry work as contractors, are not employed. And there's never a contract that's made. So let me explain how I got paid as a writer. I would go and write an article for a company. They would say, hey, Vince, I want you to write this article. Most of the time I had to ghostwrite the articles for obvious reasons. At the time, I was still a prevalent and malicious bodybuilding troll on Get Big. But I still had some good writing chops. So they would say, hey, I need an article. I need it about this. and I need it on a particular day. That's fine. I would write out the article, I would edit it, proofread it, and send it off. Money would be deposited into my account, or if it was a supplement company, I would also accept supplements. A lot of athletes get paid with supplements here. And here's the reason being, because supplements are tax deductible to a company as far as work product is concerned. And what I would actually do is I would take those supplements. Usually I'd get about $500 to $1,000 worth of supplements from, companies. I would then put them on eBay at lowball prices, and I'd probably get about maybe $600, out of those supplements. That's how I work there, and it's perfectly fine for me. It's no different than transferring euro currency to US dollars, So, you're really off base, and at the time I wrote that, or excuse me, at the time I made that video, Nick Trigili was writing a shitload of articles for Generation Iron. He was doing videos for Generation Iron, and I'm sure that, he wasn't doing it for free. Much like he didn't go and wrestle around with twinks for free on Pornhub. Nothing in the industry or even in the world is free. And I do need to repeat myself on this. Nothing is free in the bodybuilding industry. So let's just get that out of the way. You can say he was never formally employed or legally contracted by the organization, but you guys are just talking out of your ass. Most people in 2020 knows how the industry works. And that's also why, for a rare occasion, since I don't like John Romano, that's why I was a little irritated that, Blackman fired him without a severance package. You only get a severance package if you're an employee. He wasn't an employee. He was just a contractor. Isn't that sad? So let's go down to the next portion. Vince Goodrum is obsessed with outing Nick Trigili to criticizing sex work and porn as institutions. Again, Generation Iron is not mentioned. Well, of course Generation Iron wasn't mentioned because the video again was about Nick Trigili. It wasn't about your company, period. But to address this whole thing, I'm obviously not obsessed with Nick Trigili. I've only made one video about him, which was last year. And since then, I've not even thought about the person. I hear about his antics and stuff, and some people that want to beat his ass, but, that's none of my business whatsoever. But I'm kind of surprised at criticizing sex work and porn. And here's the thing, people. The porn industry is very dirty, and it's not just because it breaks up families. There's a lot of people that are simply obsessed with porn. They watch it, like 6-10 hours a day, much like video games. They get addicted to it. And that leads to, criminal activities such as seeking out prostitutes. Prostitution is illegal. And, a person can get arrested. And we're not just talking about porn, we're also talking about child porn, which is the nastiest of it all. The porn industry is sick because it feeds upon the obsessions of other people in order to make money. They not only sell sex toys, but they also sell things called poppers or, nitrates, in order to enhance sex. And the reason why I know about poppers is, well, I'm gay. I would know about poppers. I don't subscribe to that stuff. I've never even taken them because, I don't want to mess up my heart. That stuff is pretty bad for you. And then there's a lot of other, herbal supplements that are untested that are promoted on these porn websites and stuff. But sex work, you got, sex work is just disgusting there. There are women being kidnapped and being held for slaves in order to do porn. So yes, I am going to be very critical of the porn industry for obvious reasons. I think any decent, self-respecting person would be disgusted with the porn industry. I'm not saying I don't like sex, and I'm not saying I don't like porn, but the thing about it is that when you take too much of something, it's like water. If you drink too much water, you can kill yourself. And the porn industry thrives on the obsessions of others. Me personally, Nick Trigili is just a part of it, in my personal opinion. And that's kind of sad. And you have to excuse me today. I also have a little cold, so like I said, not feeling too well as far as making this video is concerned, but I'm gonna grin and bear it for the peoples, because you guys asked me to make a video about this and have a response to Generation Iron, and I'm more than happy to abide. So again, porn industry, ew, ew, ew. What can I say? Of course, I'm going to criticize sex work. Now, they did get it right to where I said no person should ever do sexual activities for money. And I think I've just pointed out the reasons why. It kills your soul, And despite all of the testing that they do, people still end up with, sexually transmitted diseases. Herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, all sorts of stuff here. Genital warts. You want to walk around looking like a fucking troll or something? No. So we've got that. YouTube is no stranger to obscene and demeaning videos, and Goodrum's is exceptional for his total lack of relevancy. If I was not relevant, then why in the world are you writing an article about me? Why? I lack relevancy? I create a video on Nick Trigili doing sexual activities and it's not relevant? Of course it's relevant, because it has everything to do with it. It says gay for pay in the title of the video. I don't know where the lack of relevancy is, because you don't point out the reasons. Whenever you write an article, whoever wrote this, if you're going to say that I have a lack of relevancy, you're going to have to list the reasons why. You can't just say, well, commenters seem to notice this too, frequently pointing out the mentions under the video. Well, of course, I'm going to have my critics here. Now, there's not going to be any critics on Generation Iron's Instagram or their website, because, they erase anything that's negative to Generation Iron. Just write anything bad or negative on Generation Iron and they'll just ban you or just delete your comments here. Period. Generation Iron lives in their own world, to where the only thing they want to hear from you is positive things about Generation Iron, but they don't want to hear about any criticism. For me, I fully accept any type of criticism, that is leveled against me, because that's how you grow in life there, You got to take your good and your bad. If you're not aware of the people that are criticizing you, then you can't make positive changes in your life. You have to know what's good and what's bad. That just only makes sense. But as far as lack of relevancy is concerned, I have to disagree, because you guys wrote an article about me over a video that I filmed over a year ago. So that means that you decided to go back into the bowels of all my videos, and I've actually put out over 300 videos just in order to find this. This wasn't highlighted. It wasn't listed regularly. It's a very obscure video, because like I said, I have, as you pointed out in the one part of the piece, that, I only have under 800 subscribers. Well, I've not heavily promoted the site. I do the videos for mints. This is not how I make a living. I could care less how many people subscribe to my channel. I can care less as far as to how many views I have. It's all about the mints at the end of the day. And just to let Generation Iron know what mints are, it means entertainments. Okay? That's, well, that's a Genova verse thing, but you guys can look it up. Well, actually, you can't, because obviously you didn't look up anything or even write to me about an opinion as it stands for today, which I guess it wouldn't really change. I still believe everything I believed last year. I said it, and I stand by my comments and my opinions. And remember, guys, it's an opinion. You know, I don't state anything as actual fact, and neither can anyone else here. But in terms of, you know, this part being not a, I mean, they had an article part where I'm not supposed to be an expert in gay for pay. Now, you're kind of stupid on that, because I am gay. I enjoy the company of other men. So I think a gay person would know what gay for pay is. Okay? I mean, you put up Jason Blaha's video. I'm not sure whether he's gay or not, but I would definitely know what gay for pay is, you assholes. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I wasn't going to say anything negative. Oh, well. Doesn't make any difference. I'm not going to edit it out. Again, I don't make any money on these videos, so I'm just going to let it roll. So listen here. Gay for pay doesn't mean that you're taking it up the ass pipes or sucking someone off there. That's not gay for pay. Gay for pay is whenever you do an activity that is meant to attract a certain group or subculture. Nick Trigili was wrestling around with a skinny male twink on Pornhub. On Pornhub, it's categorized under gay muscle. Those are the key tag words. You know, honestly, I was kind of disgusted, but I guess I could see a subculture of the gay community actually liking this shit. Definitely not me. And Nick Trigili made those videos, had to know that, you know, he was making the videos that was obviously meant to attract some part of the gay community. I mean, I don't think women would want to see videos of men wrestling around with, you know, skinny twinks, young men. That is just disgusting. I mean, I know they did that in Roman times, but, you know, let's be serious. Okay? And finally, if Goodrum is out striving to be the person in the bodybuilding industry who is most obsessed with other people's business, he has certainly succeeded. Wrong! I left the bodybuilding industry a very long time ago. While I make comments about the bodybuilding industry, I don't really have any involvement. I don't work for any supplement company. I don't work for any publication whatsoever. I don't write bodybuilding articles anymore. The reason being is because it's pretty much over with. You know, articles are now being pulled as, you know, carbon copies. You can buy thousands of articles for, you know, a couple of dollars on a number of these sites. And then you can mix them around. You can mix a couple of words around, and then you have a full article. I mean, how many articles can you write about building biceps or building abs or training the legs? Ooh, it's leg day. The shit gets old after a while. You know, and the fact of the matter is, you are right, I have succeeded, but not being obsessed with the bodybuilding industry, but with getting on your nerves for, you know, unknown reasons, because again, the video wasn't about Generation Iron, it was about Nick Trigili, and here it is a year later with you guys sticking your nose into something that you obviously didn't do any research on. You know, don't you think that if you're checking out a video that's almost a year old, that you would actually check the person who produced the video and see what's changed? I think so. But you guys didn't. And, it is what it is, people. But I want you guys to understand one thing. When it comes to Generation Iron, they may be having a slow news day, but I think, in my opinion, that Generation Iron, much like a number of other bodybuilding publications, are just simply running out of steam. Otherwise, why in the world would you go and write about me? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you go and plaster your Instagram page, your Facebook page, and all your other social media pages with Vince Goodrum? This is an article, in my opinion, that has no purpose. It's just gutter trash. I mean, I think if you're talking about relevance, the article lacks any relevance whatsoever. Not me, you guys. Whoever wrote this article, it doesn't even have a name of the person who wrote it. It just says the GI team. So are you trying to tell me that a team of people decided to write an article about me? Was it passed around on a typewriter? Was there flying monkeys proofreading or something? Who knows? And who cares? But I have to say, I did gain about, 8 subscribers. So, so I have to always look at the positive sides of things, and that leads me to another thing. If Generation Iron was so popular, why hasn't anyone really clicked on the video? Hardly anyone has actually checked out a video. I think I had about an extra 300 or 400 views on a obviously dead video that I created. So you guys don't exactly have as much pull as you think you do. But I'm going to get back to work after I take some cold medicine. Because, like I said, I have a lot of orders and I'm just not feeling too well. But I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. And I'm sorry I'm a little woozy today, but, you guys wanted it, and now you got my answer. And as far as Generation Iron is concerned, you guys can kiss the blackest part of my ass. And that'll be the last time I really ever comment about Generation Iron, because I don't care about you people. Okay? I don't have no problem with your publication. I have no problems with any of the writers. I'm not going to just go around and whip their asses or anything like that. I'll always be cordial to you guys. But honestly, the writing, the dry gulching, that's just got to stop. Before you write your next article, do a little research. See how old the video actually is, or whatever you're actually writing about. Do a little research. You could have just as simply emailed me and asked for my thoughts on the video, and the benefit of that would have been, actually being able to write an article that's relevant for the time it was produced, because then you would have the latest input from me. But no. You just jumped the gun and you decided just to, write something in order to fill up your website. So I have to consider this as filler content. But it did give me a little laugh, as well as the Jehovah's Witnesses. So that's all for today, people. Take care.